You're watching the news right here on CNN News 18. My name is Toya Singh. We're coming to you live, as you can probably tell, from our news studios right here in Noida. Let's start with all of the day's stories. Over the next half an hour, we're going to walk you through all of the top stories across the country at this hour. It is 5 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon. Let's take a look at all the top stories. First, in what the Assam government is calling a major crackdown on the practice of polygamy in the state of Assam, the expert committee that was formed to examine the legislative competence of the state legislature when it comes to enacting a law that could possibly end polygamy, that expert committee submitted its report just a few hours ago. All right, the Chief Minister is speaking. Let's take a look.
Just state pare nai. Kintu etia aji committee khone clear kori dile the state government is competent to enact such a law. Tamne eto amar khomotar bhitorot ase ami law to koribo paru. Eto hoi jabo etia. Thik ase?
On your screens right now, you can see the Chief Minister of Assam. Let's bring you a little bit of context on this entire story. The expert committee was formed earlier this year itself when the Assam government announced that they were going to look at how the state government could possibly, through the legislature, introduce a ban on polygamy. Now, we'll bring you a little bit more context when it comes to the Chief Minister himself. The Chief Minister was heavily criticized earlier this year for enacting legislation that ended the practice of child marriage across the state. However, it was thought that that legislation unfairly targeted minorities. At least that's what the opposition in the state had to say when they opposed it. Now, we're going to bring you more context when it comes to this legislature as it is proposed by the expert committee. Just a little while earlier, a few months ago, the Assam government had actually granted the expert committee an extension. It's a 4-member committee, and essentially, as I told you, what the 4-member committee is looking to do is to understand whether or not they can legislate a ban on the practice of polygamy. Now, more in terms of context over here. Remember, the BJP government across the country, when we take a specific look at the poll campaigns run, for example, in Himachal Pradesh, the BJP has said they want to introduce the UCC, which is a uniform civil code, where you would have a group of laws, common laws, that are applicable to anyone in any religious practice. Now, the Chief Minister of Assam has been particularly clear that polygamy is an issue that, yes, while it would typically constitute to fall under the UCC, it's something that he wants should be looked at separately from the UCC. My colleague Niloy is with us right now to bring us more details. Niloy, we know that the expert committee said a little while earlier that the report was ready. All right, I actually have 2 colleagues with me. I have Preeti Priyadarshini and Niloy. Let's go over first to Preeti to understand more. Preeti, I believe you attended the press conference where the Chief Minister addressed the media, the public, on the findings of the committee report. Can you bring us more details?
Yes, he has just given a PC where he has stated about the committee submitting the report. First, he has stated that earlier it was not sure that the state government can implement such kind of a law because there is a lot of legislature that also needs to be checked. But the committee has stated that the state government is competent enough to bring this law. And he has also stated that within this financial year, the law will definitely come. And about the opposition, as there were a few oppositions that was also seen from the main opposition parties, he has stated that this is a genuine thing that everybody must welcome and there should not be any kind of opposition. But if needed, then there will be recommendations taken from the other people as well. But as it is a genuine law which is only bringing benefits to the people, so there should not be any kind of opposition. And he also stated that... Yes.
No, Preeti, do carry on. All right, okay, we'll try to reconnect with my colleague Preeti. Right now, let's go over to my colleague Niloy to understand more. Niloy, for audiences that are tuning in from across the country, can you bring us some of the numbers? What is the prevalence of polygamy in the state of Assam? Which are communities that indulge in it, and which areas and regions? Because I know the Chief Minister has specifically said that there are parts of Assam where it is prevalent. Can you bring us context?
Right. Look, first of all, if you see the context of the population pattern where the polygamy is prevalent, So definitely, yes, there are certain districts which has been marked, like as in Dhubri, Karimganj, Badarpur, Karimganj, then Hailakandi. And also, when I mention these districts like Dhubri, Karimganj, Hailakandi, Gwalpara, these districts are predominantly, they have a population pattern where the Bengali-speaking Muslims are dominant. Whereas on the other side, if you see districts in Upper Assam districts like Dibrugarh, Tinsukia, then Golaghat, and the hill districts of Karbi Anglong and Autonomous Council of Dima Hasao. Now, these districts too have a very high percentage of polygamy or multiple marriages. Now, that is the tribal customary law does permit a single male to have multiple women. So, therefore, there was a bit of a confusion whether the law shall be accepted by the people. It's not only targeted to one particular community, but across. So, therefore, the tribals might object, the Muslim minorities might object. Whereas, politically, if you see, then the AIADF, which dominantly is a Muslim minority party out here, so definitely they did not have much of a resistance or opposition to the entire concept of bringing this law. While some tribal leaders, some tribal legislators did raise a concern because it's a tribal practice and it's very difficult to do away with this practice.
All right.
The Chief Minister